On today's video, we're going to tell you about the 12 things you must know if you're considering a move to Fuquay Varina, North Carolina. Hello everyone, Chris Morton, real estate broker with eXp Realty in Raleigh, North Carolina. And so today we're talking about Fuquay Varina. Fuquay Varina has absolutely exploded in population and growth and interest from the outside public in the last few years. And so this video is going to have 12 things you must know before making that move to big old Fuquay. Starting with number one, Fuquay Varina is on fire with growth. This is one of the fastest growing cities in the Triangle. Everyone seems like they're moving there or interested in Fuquay. And that's a really good thing because it means there's a lot of exciting things going on in the area. Lots of growth, lots of housing coming, certainly lots of restaurants and shops coming. And so Fuquay Varina getting bigger is only going to help things out for the entire Triangle. The number two thing you need to know, it's pronounced Fuquay Varina, not Fuquay Varina, not Fuquay Varina, none of that. It's Fuquay Varina. So you can always tell someone who's not from the area because they usually butcher those names. We're not making fun of you, just know that it's Fuquay Varina. The number three thing you need to know about Fuquay Varina, there's still a lot of room for growth. So yes, as I said in number one on this video, Fuquay has absolutely exploded in growth. It's gotten very much bigger than it was in the past when it was a little tiny little village town city. It's gotten a lot bigger, lots of stuff going on there. You've got Starbucks, you've got Target, Lowe's, Home Depot, yada, yada, yada. But there's still more room to grow. There's a lot of farmland, there's a lot of forest, there's a lot of land available around Fuquay that the town can grow bigger and bigger. Therefore, more opportunities for you to move there and plant your roots, buy a house, all of that sort of thing. The number four thing you need to know, traffic is getting bad. So Fuquay Varina, it's a great place, but unfortunately traffic is increasing because interest is increasing. There's very few ways to get in or out of Fuquay Varina. So if you don't work in town, work from home, and you have to travel into Raleigh or into other parts of the Triangle, know that traffic jams are going to be a reality. Fortunately, Interstate 540 is coming to Fuquay Varina, so it will help alleviate some of the traffic, but just understand a growing town, a growing city means growing amount of traffic. The number five thing you need to know about Fuquay Varina, there is a lot of new construction. So kind of goes along with what we've talked about already. You're seeing a lot of new construction going on, a lot of home building going on. So if you're looking for a new construction home, Fuquay Varina is definitely a town you're going to want to look at. If you don't like the sound of hammering and sawing and nails and tires and all of that stuff, then you may want to consider not moving to Fuquay Varina. The number six thing you need to know, Fuquay Varina has a thriving restaurant scene. So whenever we talk about Fuquay Varina, we always rave about the restaurants. And yes, there are the big chain stuff, the McDonald's, the Chick-fil-A, the Starbucks, the Panera Bread, all of that stuff, Chipotle, there's all of that. That is sort of on like the main drag coming into town. And so if you just see Fuquay Varina from that main drag, you may be disappointed that it's just a town of big box stores similar to what you see in Garner and Clayton. But it's not that way at all. If you go to the downtown areas, you're going to be really pleasantly surprised. The Fuquay downtown, more on this in a minute, but the Fuquay downtown is very dear to our hearts. There's Stick Boy Bakery where you're going to get cinnamon rolls that are like amazing. Stick Boy has a location in Boone, North Carolina and in Fuquay Varina, North Carolina. Amazing, definitely something that's kind of hard for me to focus right now because I'm thinking about it. So you've got Stick Boy, you've got Vicious Fishes, which is like this brew pub restaurant. I always take clients there when we're out looking at homes because Vicious Fishes has never disappointed me. The food is always amazing. The Mason Jar Tavern is there, really, really good food. I took clients there many moons ago. I need to go back again. We had a really good meal. And Aviator Brewing is also in Fuquay-Varina. So lots of stuff there, lots of local restaurants, shops, that sort of thing if you go to the downtown areas. So number 7, Fuquay-Varina used to be 2 separate towns. So I mentioned this a little bit a few minutes ago, but it used to be 2 towns called, yep, you guessed it, the town of Fuquay and the town of Varina. In 1963, they conducted a major study, spent billions of dollars to try to come up with a new name, and they came up with Fuquay-Varina. Okay, so they didn't spend billions of dollars. They just basically merged and put a hyphen in the middle. What are you going to do? Because of this, there are 2 little towns that are now a big town with 2 separate downtowns that are about a mile from each other. It's really cool. Varina is to the north, and that's where Aviator Brewing Company is. While Fuquay is to the south, and that's where Stick Boy, Mason Jar, Vicious Fishes, and a bunch of other stuff is. The good news is if you're buying in Fuquay-Varina, you're not just getting 1 town, you're getting 2. Number 8 on our list, Fuquay-Varina is a bit isolated. So if you have a job in Research Triangle Park and you live in Fuquay-Varina, you're looking at about a 35 to 45 minute drive one way. If you're going into downtown Raleigh, you're looking at about a 25 to 40 minute drive. So in other words, living in Fuquay-Varina can feel a bit isolated. You're sort of off to the southeast by yourself out there. You are sort of close to Holly Springs, but if you're trying to get to Research Triangle Park, trying to get to the airport, or trying to get to downtown Raleigh, expect that you're going to have a bit of a drive. Number 9 on our list, Fuquay-Varina just got a brand new Costco. So Costco opened up November of 2021. It is the largest Costco in the state of North Carolina. We went, it was amazing. Truth be told, this Costco is bordering Fuquay-Varina, Garner, and Raleigh, but it's close enough that Fuquay can claim it. And so definitely if you're planning on taking a trip to explore Fuquay-Varina to decide if it's for you, definitely check out this Costco. It's amazing. And incidentally, there's a Chick-fil-A coming in front of it and a Starbucks coming in front of it. And it has its own gas station. So definitely worth your time to stop in on your way to Fuquay. Number 10 on our list, Fuquay-Varina is still quite rural. So depending on what your lifestyle is, Fuquay-Varina could be a little on the rural side, a little on the slower pace side. Might not be what you're looking for if you're looking for a big city feel. There are a lot of fields, countrysides, lots of roads where there's not many houses on. And so you got to expect you're going to have that sort of a vibe going on if you're driving around in the Fuquay-Varina area. So again, if you're looking for a quiet lifestyle where there's not a lot of hustle or bustle going on, Fuquay-Varina may definitely be what you're looking for. But if you're looking for 24-hour nightlife, downtown New York City vibe, you're probably not going to find it in Fuquay-Varina. Number 11 on the list, Fuquay-Varina is less likely to get snow. So we talked about this a little bit on our recent video on Clayton, North Carolina, where the southern side of the triangle is less likely to get snow, especially compared to the northern side where Durham, Roxborough, Chapel Hill, Hillsborough is. So those people always get the snow. On the southern side, there's very likely to be rain. So if you are a snow hater like most of the local North Carolinians like myself, you may want to consider Fuquay-Varina. No need to worry about sliding around on ice and snow. No need to worry about missing work or school. No need to worry about the hassle of being trapped in your house because, little known fact, if you're not from the area, we don't have very many snowplows. So the positive, if you don't want the inconvenience of ice and snow, is to live in the southern side with Fuquay-Varina. Now, that doesn't mean that they will never get ice, they will never get snow in Fuquay-Varina, but they're less likely to get it than our friends over in Durham or Hillsborough or Chapel Hill. And number 12, homes in Fuquay-Varina are a lot more expensive than people expect. So when you are not from the area, you're from California or Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, where many of our viewers are, you probably think of Fuquay-Varina as, well, I've never heard of it. 2, it sounds rural, so homes must be $100,000, yada, yada, yada. Actually, detached single-family homes in Fuquay-Varina are currently going for around $540,000. And while this is quite a bit less than the median home values you're going to see in Raleigh or some of the other parts of the triangle, it's still quite a bit more than what most people are expecting. Now, you are getting, again, that quality of life that you're going to find from that slower pace of not having to be in a densely populated area like Raleigh is. But that being said, be prepared. You're gonna probably pay more to live in Fuquay-Varina than you would expect. So if you're considering a move either into Fuquay or out of Fuquay-Varina, or really any other part of the triangle, my team and I would love to be your real estate agents of choice. You can email us at hello@mortonbradbury.com or click on the link below and we'd be happy to help you out. Like and subscribe below and check out this video, another video that we think you're gonna really like. And with that being said, we'll see you on the next one. Take care, bye-bye.